What is up, you guys? You're watching Sergio's Secret. Before I get started with today's video, I would really appreciate it if you guys can give this video a thumbs up and the subscribe button. I post a video Monday through Friday on designer and contemporary fashion, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any one of my uploads. And today we're going to be talking about Chloe handbags. Yes guys, this is going to be a new series on my channel. Every Friday I talk about a different designer. I'm going to be talking about their lines and their collections, my thoughts and my opinions, and we're going to start off today's series on Chloe. So I'm going to be doing two different series right now that I'm working on my channel. I normally don't do a lot. I've never really done series, so I'm doing my decluttering series. So I did a declutter on my handbag collection. I'll leave that video link down below, and those videos will come out every Tuesday, probably for the next maybe month or so. And then the handbag one will probably be going for the next 3 months, where every Friday we talk about a different brand. I am so excited to talk about Chloe. So what inspired me to make this video is this. So I have the Rent the Runway subscription. I get 4 new items every week. I'm loving it because I get to try so many different outfits, so there are so many different moods. And one of the things that I got was this See by Chloe handbag, and I actually really enjoyed my time. I use this bag almost every day since I've had it, probably like the full week. And I just wanted to talk about Chloe in general. I'm going to be talking about See by Chloe. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? And we're actually going to be talking about the Chloe full line. So can we give an appreciation, guys? Took notes of Chloe that I covered a lot of things, more of a chit chat video. So if you have a bottle of water, some strawberries, any snacks that you want to eat, I think right now is a really good time. So let's just go ahead and start chatting up about Chloe handbags. I think to start about Chloe handbags, before I start with anything, I want to talk about the styles of Chloe handbags, what are popular ones, or what's in their current lineup. So we're gonna be talking about See by Chloe and Chloe. So we're gonna start off with the Chloe handbag that Chloe has. This one is the iconic, guys. When I tell you this one's iconic, it is the iconic Chloe Marcy. Can you believe, guys, it's about to be 12 years since the Chloe Marcy has came out. And let me tell you, this bag has aged beautifully for the brand, and I consider this bag a classic in as far as all designer handbags that are out in the world. I consider the Chloe Marcy to be a staple and something that I feel like if you do like Chloe and you do like the brand, I feel like you need to have a Chloe Marcy in your collection. So number one seller year after year since it came out. It reportedly does about 40 to 45 in even certain years, half of their handbag business. So like I said, the Chloe Marcy's are a pretty big deal in the brand of Chloe, and particularly in their accessory section. So we all know how fashion houses make money. Certain tiers, so it's going to be maybe their eyewear and their cosmetics or fragrance line, and then it's going to mostly be accessories as well, and then kind of ready to wear is kind of like the last, even though ready to wear tends to be the focus more of the brand. It's going to be the accessories that sell more, and the Chloe Marcy is just one of their top sellers. It has done so well. See people year after year still wear Chloe Marcy's in so many different variations, so many colors. I've seen certain colors that have been out 5-6 years ago, and they literally look brand new and they look current as they were 5 or 6 years ago. So there are many different variations of the Marcy's, but I'm going to tell you what's in their current line. So first one, we have the mini kind of satchel. So the satchels, I'm going to include the ones that have handles on them. So it is this one. I believe this one got introduced about 18 months ago. This one hasn't been around a whole lot, but I have been seeing the mini ones pop up a little bit more. And we also have the classic small Chloe satchel. Now this one right here, the strap is a little bit short, so unless you're very petite, you can't really get away with wearing it as a crossbody. It is a true satchel. And then they also have the classic medium. This one is $19.90 in the US, and this one's their most classic one, and the one that I see most women and men carry here in Texas is going to be the medium one. And then they also have a large one that I believe is $20.90, and that's going to be their lineup for their satchel styles. And then they also have their crossbody styles, which is going to be the mini one, and this one's going to be $9.90, and this is probably one of the ones that I see come in a bunch of more ranges and style. The other lineups that they have, like the Chloe Mars, some of the other Chloe Marcy's they may do fun and novelties, but I will say in the mini crossbody, that's the one right now for Chloe that I see them do a lot of different variations and colors. And then they also medium crossbody, which is going to be a lot larger, and it's going to have a thick strap, and it's also an adjustable strap. So those are all the kind of the styles and the variations of the Chloe Marcy family that are kind of like in their core lineup. There are 3 classic colors for the Chloe Marcy. It's going to be their classic kind of tan color, which is this color right here, and then obviously the classic black. One thing I will say about the classic black that I like, I normally, like I said, I'm not trying to get a lot into black bags, but I appreciate the contrast of kind of like that dark blue stitching with the black. I think it makes the Chloe stitching pop out a little bit more. Season, and they always have new styles and new variations, and for the 10-year anniversary of the Chloe Marcy, they actually came out with style. So I will say Chloe Marcy is probably one of my top favorites. I will talk about the Chloe Marcy again, but I want to say that is their #1, their bread and butter. It is the classic Chloe Marcy. Next one that we have for Chloe is going to be their test bag, which is the one that's going to be a little bit more round. This one comes in 3 different sizes. It comes in a mini, it comes in a small, and it also comes in a medium style. This one I really like. I believe it dropped in 2017 or 2018. I have a feeling that Chloe is going to remove this collection eventually, probably within the next year or year and a half. And the reason why I say that is during sale season, a lot of their wholesale accounts, meaning like a lot of their department stores and a lot of the websites, the classic nude color and the classic black one and the larger and the smaller sizes went on sale. So that goes to show me that that's not a good indication that the bag is going to stay there any much longer. So if the classic black one went on sale and the classic kind of tan color went on sale, that goes to show me that that particular style may not be around any longer. So it really wouldn't surprise me within the next kind of 24 months that they actually just get away with the test. One thing you'll notice within this video that I'll say, Chloe tends to move a lot of their models very frequently, and I just wanted to point that out, that you'll see me mention that, and I'll touch base with some of their discontinued styles and how I feel about how they kind of move their handbag styles. But I do like the test. I think I saw on Emma Hill first. She is one of my favorite bloggers / YouTubers. I take a lot of inspiration from her, and I will say that she rocked the handbag when it kind of came out, the test, and that's how I liked the way it was styled. But I do see the test not being around much longer, but I do like the test bag in general. But my favorite one is the Chloe Test Day bag, which looks like this. And this one's more like an everyday, more functional version. I feel like the round one is for a particular customer, for a particular client. But I find that the day one is a lot more functional. I can see a lot more people wearing this one, and for me, I would probably go for the test day bag before I would ever go for the classic test, in my opinion. One which is a kind of, I've noticed that Chloe has been doing this a lot with like their sandals and some of their items, and the new bag that they came out with is the Chloe Woody bag, and they're all priced under $1,000. I'm gonna say it is not my favorite handbag that's out, or not even the sandals. I'm not the biggest fan of. I used to, one of my ex-employers, which was L Brands, which was Victoria's Secret, I worked in the cash shop a lot, and sometimes I would have give out, you know, when you spend 75 you get a free tote, when you spend 85 you get a free tote, or if you're a Pink Nation member you get a free tote. And so it kind of reminds me of a gift with purchase handbag. I know that this handbag is priced under $1,000, and it is, you know, a pretty decent price point for a designer handbag. For me, it just looks nothing but a gift with purchase handbag. I find that it just literally, I feel like they just put Chloe around it, slapped $1,000, and we're like, here you go. We came out with our version of a canvas tote bag. I feel like there was not a lot of originality, and I find that like even this Marc Jacobs tote, which I really love, that says the tote bag, I find that this has more value, and I find this one a million times more worth it than the Chloe Woody bag. I just don't like it. It literally reminds me of a Victoria's Secret gift with purchase shopping bag, or like a tote that you would get. And like I said, I used to work there, and So many people would go crazy over the gift with purchase bags, but not my favorite. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. Next one is going to be the Chloe Fey, which is one of my personal favorite ones. I want to say a couple years ago I bought the Chloe Fey Wallet on chain. I'll insert the picture right here. I will say when I did use this bag, I really liked it. I liked how discreet it was. You had to know what it was. But obviously over time I outgrew the style. The handbag was pretty small. I could only really fit 2 cards and my cell phone without a case, and that was about it. So I wanted something that could fit a little bit more. So eventually I did sell it and I no longer have it in my collection. The Chloe Fey, I do really like. I see that they're kind of getting away with this and they're starting to do more smaller sizes in the Fey. I like the classic small one, and I see that they do have a bunch of colors in this one. Well, not a bunch of colors, but they do make in a few colors. I will say my favorite one that they currently have in the Fey lineup, because they used to do like a lot of Fey backpacks, a lot of Fey like larger ones. They don't really do a lot of Fey in the larger sizes. They're trying to do a lot more smaller ones. I will say the one with the top handle, that one is a really cute bag, and I have considered it. I saw it at the Neiman Marcus in Denver and Cherry Creek, and I will say I did like the handbag, and I think it's a really great bag. If you may have a Marcy and you want another handbag, I think that the Test Day bag, and I also think that the Chloe Fey top handle are probably is probably one of my favorite styles that are out there. But I will say that the Fey larger ones aren't pushed as much as they once did, and they're more edited, and how much they produce in the Fey, I noticed that's a little bit more less, and it's a lot more smaller bags in the Chloe Fey. But I will say I do like this bag. It is suede, so I would recommend spraying it down, and it is smooth leather. Care with this handbag with caution if you are considering this handbag. And if you go on pre-loved websites like Fashion File, one of my favorite pre-loved websites, you can see that the suede and the smooth leather is where you find the most wear, which is basically the entire part of the bag. So just keep that in mind if you are interested in that bag. It is very prone to scratches, and on my Chloe Fey, I did get the suede, and it was the black one, pretty dirty from the back. So I will say if you do like this bag, I would just kind of have a little bit of caution with it. It's going to be the Chloe C bag. This one's another one that I can definitely see them getting rid of in about like anywhere from 12 to 18 months. And the reason is this bag used to be pushed out a lot, and they used to have them in the larger sizes. Now I only really see them on the website in the smaller sizes, and not a lot of variety in this style. And they used to have like Chloe C totes in them. They used to have a little bit more variation of the Chloe C in general, but I find that it's not getting pushed as much as it once did. It used to come in so many combinations, totes, different sizes, and they don't really do that anymore. And I also the only thing I didn't like about this bag, because I have tried on the Chloe C bag, is it's kind of difficult to remove the strap on the crossbody. It is pretty challenging. I think it takes me like a good 3 minutes to take off the strap. You're the boy on the go, chica on the go. You know, that's not something that you really want to take time. You want to take off the strap and be on the go. So I don't see this one getting pushed out, and I see this one getting discontinued. And when I went to the Chloe outlet in LA, I did see a lot of the Chloe C bags in many different variations. The next one that we're going to be talking about is the Chloe Darla bag. I would say I give this bag about a 7 to 8 out of 10. I like it, but I don't love it. But the people that I do see wear this bag, I see why they love it. First of all, the thing that I like about the bag is going to be the little top handle. I love like the details of like the weaving and the way that handle is glazed, the way the handle was placed. I do like the handle on it. I think for me that's what makes the bag. The second thing is I love the lining on a bag. I never really compliment linings inside of handbags. I find that most brands kind of that's not their priority, but I love the Chloe kind of monogram inside the Daria bag. I think it's beautiful. I think it makes, when you when you pay for something and you see that monogram, I think that makes a big, I mean, it just adds a little bit of sophistication, and it goes to show that they added a little bit more attention to detail. So the Daria bag by Chloe, I love the top handle. I love the inside lining of it, and I like how the zipper pulls are a little bit larger, so they're a little bit more easy to go in and out. I will say I like it, and it is, I have noticed that that is starting to become a more popular style for them, and I see a lot more wholesale accounts buying heavy into this line and having them in different variations and different colors other than the Chloe Marcy. I will say that this is probably the second, other than Chloe Marcy, that I see a lot of people buy into is the Chloe Darla bag, and it's for a good reason. I think it's a really good bag. It's different than your traditional satchel or your traditional crossbody or traditional Chloe bag. I feel like this one is for the everyday person, for the everyday working woman, for the everyday working man. I think that this one has a lot of value, and especially during these times where you need something that's wipeable, something that's durable, something that is still elevated. I think that this bag has longevity in the Chloe brand, so I definitely still see this bag being around for the next 2 to 3 years in the Chloe lineup, in my opinion. The next one that we're going to be talking about is the Chloe Drew. I want to say the Chloe Drew got a teen maybe in 2012. I know it was very popular in 2015. I saw a lot of the Victoria's Secret girls wear those. I saw a lot of fashion bloggers have the Chloe Drew. They still have it, but I feel like they just make it just to make it. It's not one of their forefronts. It's not one of their best sellers. I don't really see a lot of people have the Drew handbag. I will say I do like the Drew. I think at the time when it was out, I did like it, and I find that there's other Chloe bags that I prefer over the Drew that are more newer to the line. So I will say the Chloe Drew, it's kind of like I've been there, done that, but the people that I see carry them do carry them in a very sophisticated and a beautiful way, and so therefore I have nothing but love for the Drew, but it's just not my personal favorite of that particular style. Next one is going to be the Chloe Daryl bag, I believe. I don't like at all. This is probably like the one that I dislike the most, and there are many reasons why I dislike the Daryl line. Things first, they kind of remind me of like Chloe Joan and kind of Hannah bags. They kind of remind me of those because they have kind of like that round detail on them. And as you can see, the Daryl, even though the disc is completely different, I find that this disc looks more elevated and looks better than that one, because in that disc, when you wear that bag like totes, it has like it's on the side, so if you set it down, you're gonna scratch that little disc. If you have that disc in a crossbody and you throw it down, it's gonna get scratched. And that's one of the things that I don't like in handbags, is when the hardware is too scratchable, where it's noticeable to scratches. And something like this, the C by Chloe, since it is this round, yes, it could fall and you can scratch it, but you won't be able to see it, versus the Daryl one, since it is like full kind of like metal throughout it. I find that you're going to show a lot of wear here very quickly, and so therefore that makes me not like the bag. The crossbody version of it, I will say that's probably my favorite one, but I don't care tote ones, the ones that have it on the side. I think that's probably one of my least favorite Chloe bags, and my least one that I probably dislike the most is going to be the clutch version. Something about this clutch I just don't like, I don't care for. I think it's so, this is probably the only Chloe bag that I could say that I hate. I'm not trying to use the word hate anymore, but I hate this bag. Like I think it's such an ugly bag. And they came out with the croc one, and it just literally reminded me of a cockroach, and like the gold was like one of their eyes. Like I just cannot. The Daryl one is just not one of my favorite ones. We'll have a tote version of it, and I tried this one on before, and the handles are way too long on there. I find that it's not very functional. Even somebody that's me, that's 5'11", almost 6 foot, I find that proportion doesn't look good on me. I've seen people that are like 5'4", 5'6", 5'8" try on this bag, and it just doesn't look good. On the inside of a lot of their bags, a lot of the bags of this kind of collection, there's no lining, so you can put the bag up to the light, and you could see, like if you carry like little pins or very small pills or something, that could fall. And so I don't like that it's not lined. I feel like that kind of takes away from the bag. I feel like they kind of cut corners, even though they probably didn't intend to. That's what it appears as, in my opinion. And it just doesn't hold up well over time. I've seen some in the pre-loved market, and I just feel like they don't hold up really well. Like I said, the scratching on the bag, really my favorite Chloe collection that there is going to be the Daryl. I just don't like it at all. It's one of my least favorite Chloe lines that they came out within the last couple of years is the Daryl. I definitely see this bag not sticking around, and I'll talk about that in a second. I'm going to be talking about the C by Chloe bags. So there is two versions of it. There is the Hannah version, and then there's the Joan version. Essentially, they're just the same bag. It's just they all have this round. I want to say I'm normally not the biggest fan of diffusion lines, so very few brands that I could say have successfully done a diffusion line, like Michael Kors, Marc by Marc Jacobs, and back then, now it's all Marc Jacobs. But I will say usually diffusion lines don't do as well. Like Armani Exchange diffusion line isn't, the quality is nowhere near as what these like Imperial Armani should be, you know what I mean? But I will say, me using this bag the last couple of days, and me knowing somebody else that has a C by Chloe bag, the one that has kind of suede on it, I really like the C by Chloe bags. I think if you love the Chloe style, if you like the Chloe look, and regardless if you don't have or do have the money for a Chloe handbag to buy full price or in the pre-loved market to get a percentage off, I think that the C by Chloe bags are so underrated. I don't see them getting talked enough about, and I actually really like them, and I'm actually considering buying this handbag from the C by Chloe website. Just because of how much I genuinely like it. So it did, like for example, this one right here, I love it so much because you can put your cell phone right here, cards in this little pocket here, I can put my keys, and it literally fits everything. It's like my perfect night bag. I like that it has a little bit of branding, but it's very discreet. I love that it's fully leather, the strap is leather, it's very clean and minimal. And when you see this bag, I don't think of C by Chloe, I just think of it, oh, it's a Chloe bag. Like, it's a really, really pretty Chloe bag. Me, I will say, if you are thinking about Chloe handbags, I would consider the C by Chloe ones. I think they're pretty great, and I think they're pretty well made, and I think they're worth checking out if you do want to get into the brand of Chloe, or you already have Chloe bags, or you maybe never considered a C by Chloe handbag. I would check it out. I actually really like the little round details that the C by Chloe handbags have. I'm not gonna see her lie to you. I do like them a lot. So who knows? C by Chloe could be I feel like I would add a C by Chloe handbag before I would add a Chloe handbag in my collection right now. It could change, but let's answer some common questions about designer handbags, because I know I always get asked these ones a lot. This bag, for like literally 1/4 of a Chloe bag, or even if you get it on sale, 1/6 or 1/7 of the price of a Chloe bag, and this is a high quality, something you can use all the time. I think that this is a really, really great purchase. So for me, I have nothing but love for the C by Chloe line, and like I said, I'm usually not the biggest fan of diffusion lines, but I will say I do like this one quite a bit. I think it's a really great line. I'm going to talk about your common questions that I have about Chloe. First one is it good quality? In my opinion, I find that Chloe bags are made pretty well. I really haven't seen any issues. And I believe what I've heard about like the Chloe Marcy, I don't know how it goes for different bags, is that the person that makes the bags in Italy, what they do is like one person, their entire life or the entire span of them working for the house of Chloe, one person will just literally just do the handle for a Chloe Marcy. Somebody will do the flap of the Chloe Marcy. Like, they don't get to learn how to make the full process of the Chloe Marcy. They do a specific part of it, and that's all they do. So I think that the quality of a Chloe Marcy is pretty well. Some of them are suede, some of them are smooth leather. Obviously, you're gonna have to take care of those with caution, just as you would with any other handbag, contemporary or designer. I feel like you still have to kind of take care of it, because at the end of the day, suede is suede, smooth leather is smooth leather. You know, shiny hardware that's big and plated could get chipped and can get scratched easily. Is it worth the price? And we're talking about, is it worth buying full price for? For me, I think that the Chloe Marcy and the Chloe Hannah and the Chloe Joan bags are worth paying full price. And that's me, that's my opinion. Like, I wouldn't mind if I started to fall in love with the Chloe Marcy even more. I wouldn't mind going to Neiman Marcus or my closest Nordstrom or the Chloe website to buy it full price if I really, really loved it. But that being said, the Marcy and the C by Chloe bags are the ones that I only see myself personally buying full price, as far as it's worth it. But other than that, I think you can find all the other handbags either on sale or on the pre-loved market, which I'll also touch about that in a second. Is it a good wardrobe investment? I find that the Chloe Marcy, I believe that the Chloe Fey will still be around for the next couple of years. If you do like the Daria bag, and if you do like the C by Chloe bag, I think those 4 styles I feel like will be in the house of Chloe for the next couple of years. So I think that those ones are really good kind of wardrobe investments. Like when I mean wardrobe, like I said, are things you're going to be using a lot, things that are going to get a lot of wear, things that will not necessarily date, and you can, you know, you can leave in your Chloe Marcy in your closet for 2 years and pull it out and it's still current and people are still checking for it. So I think that those are the ones that I would say are worth the money in my opinion. Question: how frequently does Chloe handbag style changes? So I find that they discontinue their handbags pretty crazy. I remember like a year and a half ago, who remembers the Chloe Abby bag? It got introduced in that kind of fall winter, and that next summer, so not even like 6 months of this bag being out, Neiman's, Nordstrom, Bloomingdale's, Chloe themselves, everywhere where this bag was carried got discontinued. So you mean to tell me I bought a Chloe Abby, I paid $26.50 for it, in less than 6 months y'all had it in a lot of colors, a lot of variations, and it just got discontinued in less than 6 months. So that goes to show you that Chloe styles do change. So like the Abby collection, so here's a few of them that were, so the Abby collection, we had the Annie collection, the Roy, who remembers the Niall collection. So Chloe styles do change very frequently, and a lot of them don't really stay past like 2 or 3 years. So I'll keep that in mind. So even if you're referencing this video 2 to 3 years from now, it's going to be very interesting to see what bags are and are not in the current Chloe lineup. I'm very, very interested to see. But ever since I saw how they did the Chloe Abby bag, how it got discontinued in literally less than 6 months, that's what made me kind of question what Chloe bags are worth it and what Chloe bags are not worth it. Chloe bags go on sale. Yes, Chloe does wholesale to quite a lot of places. You can find a lot of Chloe bags almost everywhere that carries other designer brands. So I would say you find more better deals in wholesale, or like where they kind of sell their items to department stores or to certain websites like My Teresa. I find that you find deals more on there than the Chloe website or even the Chloe outlet themselves. I went to the Chloe outlet and there really wasn't a lot of good deals. I think it wasn't worth it, and you're better off at the end of the season Saks Fifth Avenue sale than the Chloe outlet themselves, if I'm being quite honest. But they do go on sale from time to time. I find that the Chloe Marcy don't really go on sale. Even like the colored ones, I find that they sell throughout the season, and so by the time it's sale season, it's very slim to none to find a classic Chloe handbag on sale from the Marcy line. But a lot of their styles do go on sale at the end of the season, and it's one of those brands like Givenchy, Chloe, MCM that you do see go on sale every season, in Valentino as well. Pre-love market, is Chloe good or bad for the pre-love market? Chloe, you're actually in luck. Chloe bags don't do really well on the pre-love market. Even classic Marcy's don't do that well on the pre-love market. So you can find really great deals on Chloe handbags anywhere from 30 to 60% off. So if you do like the Chloe style, if you do like the Chloe aesthetic, that's really great news for you, because you can find phenomenal great deals on the pre-love market for Chloe handbags. My favorite website is Fashion File. That's where I buy and I sell all of my designer items, well, most of it. And they have really, really great competitive pricing. So I'll leave the link down below if you're interested. But I will say you can find really great deals on Chloe handbags, even the classic Marcy ones, if I'm being honest. And what bags would I own from the Chloe line? I think Marcy and C by Chloe Joan handbags, those are the ones that I see myself having in my collection. And yeah guys, oh my god, we went through that so fast. I had my laptop, I had all my notes ready. I wanted to make sure that I didn't really miss anything. I wanted to make sure when I talked about Chloe, I wanted to go fast, but I wanted to be efficient, and I wanted to tackle every line and how I feel about them. At the end of the day, I think that Chloe is a beautiful brand, a lot of history. I think that their items are made really, really, really well, and I think that if you do like Chloe, I see why you like Chloe. And I feel like Chloe's is it has like a little bit of feminine, but I find that some of their bags kind of give me kind of a Western feel. Like I see like a lot of people, like I'm in Dallas, I'm in the hub of everything, but I see a lot of people from like smaller towns have Chloe Marcy's or see by Chloe handbags, or even here in the city as well. But I find that a lot of different people love Chloe Marcy's. I've seen 16-year-olds carry Chloe mini crossbodies, and I've seen people that are 60 or 70 have a Chloe Marcy satchel. So I love that Chloe is a very diverse brand, and that you see many different types of people wear Chloe. Brackets also carry the brand. So I do like that Chloe Marcy is carried by many and not a particular client. So I will say that. And yeah, guys, that's going to be my thoughts and my opinions, and we kind of talked a little bit of everything about the Chloe line. I would love to hear your thoughts and your opinions down below. I know I went super fast in this video, but I didn't want this video to be super long. I'll leave the link for every collection that I named down below, the version of it if you're interested, and I'll also be linking all the classic Marcy's if you're interested to know what the sizes and the dimensions are. I'll leave a link through the Nordstrom website, so on the description you can see the weight and the dimensions on it. And other than that, guys, I would love to hear which one you want to see next. Do we want to see a Valentino one, a Loewe, a Bottega Veneta, a Givenchy? I think Givenchy is probably going to be the next one that I'm going to be doing. Let me know which one you want to see next in this new series of talking about a particular handbag brand. I'm going to be talking about the current styles and my thoughts and my opinions, and is it really worth it or is it not really worth it? And yeah, and if you own any Chloe bags or have any experience with Chloe bags, definitely let me know down below. I would love to hear it, and also my subscribers, the people that are watching this video, would also love to hear your opinions down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I love each and every single one of you, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys, and take care. If you're watching to the end, I just got some information about Chloe, just as a little, like, you know, I decided to add this in at the end of the video. They do no more authentic exotic, so they don't do any python, they don't do anything that has to do with exotic, which is really great. Also, the Chloe Marcy, the medium size, takes 2 days to make, and there are over 180 pieces of leather, and it's gold plated brass hardware. So I just had to throw in these little facts at the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye, guys, and take care.